Yeah, I am joined by Tom Brady, who's here with Team Jota. Tom, you came last year. We didn't catch up with you then, but what were your first impressions of Le Mans and what drew you back to come again for 24?
Well, incredible experience. I think it's normally it's once in a lifetime, but the fact that we're involved with this car and Hertz, Jota team, and what they've done in the last 30 hours, this car has got an incredible story to tell. So I love being here to support the team and to be here with the drivers and watch those guys really kind of try to pull something off. That would be a really great underdog story.
Yeah, it's incredible. You're used to making really high-pressure decisions, split second, but what about these guys as athletes? How do you rate the drivers and what they're doing here for 24 hours?
I'm really amazed by all obviously their skill set, but I think what's between their ears is the most important thing. And the decisions they make, there's so much information to process, but these guys are unbelievable. They've had a great season thus far. I'm really excited to see how they come out of this race.
Okay, and what are your plans for the race? You're going to stay all night, do it really hardcore style?
Not as hardcore. I have my 3 kids with me, so that would be super hardcore. Maybe last year I stayed, so this year I was actually going back, but we'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to us. Appreciate it.
Great to see you.
Pierre Gasly is here on the grid. Thank you, Pierre, for being with us. Of course, fully committed to Formula One, but I mean, you're here. We know that participating to the 24 Hours of Le Mans is something you would like to do in the future.
Well, it's I think every kid's dream. I've watched this race since I was that tall, and I actually lived 5 years in Le Mans. I studied here, and I've got a very close proximity with this city and with this track. So yeah, for sure, it will be a dream to win Le Mans one day. We'll see. For now, I'm fully focused on Formula One, and it's not really in the pipeline, but definitely seeing all these guys today, but just wearing normal sneakers and jeans doesn't feel right. So yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to be in a good car to participate in Le Mans.
Yeah, you're so used to arriving at a Grand Prix distance. Can you imagine getting to the end of a full Grand Prix distance and you're 10% of the way through the race? That's what these guys are about to do over 24 hours. The extreme length of these competitions is incredible, isn't it?
Well, I find it fascinating. I talked about it. I've got many friends racing today, actually, which makes it even cooler because I'm on the grid and I'm seeing a lot of guys I raced against. And I was saying 4 a.m. with 1 hour sleep, it's gonna be absolutely beating down, and it's gonna be it's gonna be very extreme. And I think we gotta appreciate, as a racing driver, I really appreciate how hard it is, and hopefully people on TV can realize as well, because it's tough, to focus for an hour and a half. It's a big challenge, but to focus for a full 24 hours and sharing a car, I mean, this guy is the best to explain it. But yeah, a lot of respect for these guys.
Thank you, Pierre Gasly. Enjoy the next show. Back to you, Jeff. You're with another special guest on the grid today.
I've bumped into Richard Hammond. Richard Hammond, you're not in your overalls yet. What are you doing here? Not driving?
One of the Porsche teams did ask, and then they changed their minds. No, I'm just here to soak up the atmosphere. I love this event. It's astonishing.
Okay, so you were telling me a little earlier that you haven't been here for a long time. Things have changed.
Yeah, I haven't been for... It's about 32 years in person. Last time I came here, hair down to here, on a motorcycle, a couple of friends on bikes and a Caterham 7. We camped, but I never pitched the tent. I slept under the lee of my motorcycle. So I've changed. The event has, but I think, we've got new classes, the hypercars this year, it's going to be awesome. But I think the atmosphere remains the same, and it's unique because we're all here to pay homage, really. It's fiesta and festival, but every team, every driver, and the cars themselves are going to go out there shortly and just endure the unimaginable. So they are our gladiators. And this feels like we're all gathering together to give them the send-off they need and deserve, and then settle down and watch them battle.
Yeah, the challenge stays the same, even though things change. You're a veteran of a 24-hour race yourself, the Silverstone 24-hour. Yep. So have you got any last-minute advice to these drivers?
Do better than I did. Wing mirrors, they're handy. Definitely wing mirrors. Yeah, I didn't do particularly well. I'd love to one day, but I just wish everybody the best, and I love what they're doing, and it's an important time to be doing it, to be celebrating not just the raw power and the noise and the circus and the chaos, but the technology as well. Let's not forget, the hybrids, the work they're doing to balance out the power. This is important learning. But it's also proper old-school gladiatorial racing. 40 changes of first position last year across the 24 hours. Let's see that again, proper scrapping and racing.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic race. Thank you, enjoy, and thank you for your time.
I'm going to enjoy it. You do the same.
But this is the first year that's proper, where I'm in a car that's competitive, and big thanks to Hertz Team Jota for letting me come along for this one, and looking forward to the action.
It's been a busy weekend so far in the garage with the chassis replacement for the other car. Has that affected the team, their preparation for the race, or are you pretty well nucleated across the sides of the garage?
Yeah, I think it always hurts when you don't get as much sleep for the guys, but I am so impressed with this team and how they soldiered on and got it done with, I think, about an hour's sleep in 48 hours. So hopefully last night they got a bit of sleep, but on the 12, so proud of those guys and the whole team really for coming together in such a difficult time to build these cars in 36 hours. It's impressive. Normally it's a couple of weeks.
Jensen, why I love so much you have given the sport in general, of course Formula One, and coming here I know absolutely how you are going to enjoy that. To give you even more hope, my first race here was with a private Porsche team, and we won the race outright. So I hope I'm going to see the same from you tomorrow.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I agree with you, Tom. I'm so excited for this one. I think winning Le Mans, as you know, more than all of us, it's such a special feeling, I think, for not just for yourself, but for the whole team. It's so much emotion, right? You've been through so much together. But I think especially this year, 23 hypercars on the grid, it's so competitive. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank
All
you.
the best.